come on another little road trip and chat with me. Today we are heading out to the high desert to Graveyard Point in the Owyhee Mountains. We have had, I know, it's so peaceful out there. I love it. I'm going to try to get through a lot of information in a short time so you can just listen to the coyotes at the end. We've had some big national changes to how realtors collect their commissions as a result of a big lawsuit, and I'll talk about how that affects us here in Idaho and get you some housing market data and big news for investors. So here we go. Okay. Oh, you see that up there on the top of that hill? That is a claim marker. So I love, these guys did it right. If you like to go out and look for beautiful rocks in the Gem State or the Idaho and Oregon border there, so much to be found. I'll show you a little bit here. But these guys, those are claim markers, and these guys did it right. So I wanted to show you that if you see something like this, do not collect rocks. They've already claimed that area, so we leave it alone. So be sure to look around because sometimes people knock them over or take the papers out or whatever. Just be respectful of other people's claims. This is not a claim marker. This is a U.S. Geological Survey marker. Anyway, that's fun to have in there too. Okay, so the big change we're talking about is in regards to how realtors get paid. So the national change is that sellers are not required to pay buyer agent commissions. And that is big news in some states. Here in Idaho, if realtors were counseling their clients correctly, we already had very clear contracts and agreements, and agents like me with a clear understanding of those agreements already had been counseling buyers that they are ultimately responsible for paying my fees when I work for them. In Idaho, the buyer is already the responsible party for buyer agent commissions. During our buyer consultation, I will show you the ways in which we can negotiate funds from the seller or the other brokerage or other resources to help you pay that commission. And also here in Idaho, we have already been showing sellers and counseling during our listing appointments to show sellers they have the option to offer a specific amount of commission to buyer's agents. Now, traditionally in Idaho, the sellers are motivated to offer something toward buyer agent commissions as an incentive to buyer's agents to show the house to buyers. And this offsets some of the expenses of buying a property, right? Buyers often already have to come up with their down payment, which is 3% to 20% or more of the purchase price, and pay closing costs, mostly fees associated with financing. So historically, the burden of commission has been offset by seller contributions. And I don't think we will see much of a change here in Idaho, except that the amount seller offers to pay the buyer agent will no longer be displayed in the multiple listing service, but will be negotiated as a seller concession perhaps. And buyers will sign a buyer representation or a compensation agreement before going to look at any homes. We probably have already been doing that. Sometimes I might meet someone at a property for the first time and they haven't signed an agreement yet, but it is going to become certainly my mandatory policy and perhaps policy for everyone that these contracts and it will be explained to the buyer very clearly and thoroughly, like I already have been doing. But I think other agents are going to need to step up and do a little bit better job of explaining how commissions work and how we get paid. Okay, moving on to some pretty exciting market news. This is March 2024, so let's look at the data for February in Ada County, Idaho. Prices went up almost 6%. over last year, and homes are selling faster than they were at this time last year. Inventory is up barely, and it is almost entirely new construction. I hear some coyotes down there, and I'm trying to find them for you. But we still have exciting stuff to go over. So, sellers, we need you. Definitely give me a call. Let's talk about the ways to get the most from selling your property. And buyers, if it isn't obvious to you already, buy right now. Prices are going up. They're just going up. Buy right now. We have a huge, massive micron expansion underway that will put 15 billion into the Idaho economy, create 2,000 direct jobs and 15,000 community jobs. I'd love, love, love to share more details with you about this if you give me a call. Also out in Kuna, we have the Facebook metadata center going in. So lots of reasons to invest. If you want to buy in Idaho, I highly recommend you act now. Call me. Let's talk about the best ways to invest in your home or build wealth by investing in income properties. And that's it for today. As much as I could get you in under 7 minutes and still, ramble like I do and share our Idaho landscape and special places. I'm going to leave you to see if you can find those coyotes down there. You can see them moving down in the gully if you look closely. Listen in and enjoy a little Idaho scenery and give me a call. Let's move some real estate around.